Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Me and Adam are here at Angie in North Pole. We're going to go ahead and get started this video for you. It's a pretty nice house, very well maintained. There's some things I'm going to call out and kind of show you in the video, but we're going to go ahead and turn the camera around and get started. So right here you can see the driveway comes from out there. You're off of a pretty quiet road. You're off of Nelson Road, so you got Chena, lakes and all that stuff back in that area. Moving back that direction. Hard to tell here with all the trees. So here up front you have a two-car garage. We'll look at all of that a little bit more when we go inside. Front door off to the side, you do have yellow as the primary color, shingled roof, and I'm not seeing any gutters here. Not that that's a big deal since the eaves are a bit extended past the house, but gutters are a potential upgrade for the future for you to consider on this house. All right, let's go inside. You do have a concrete apron that goes along the front of the driveway as well as the entryway, and then a small deck here by the front door. They did upgrade to a Ring or Google Nest looking camera on the front, and then you enter into a Arctic entryway that goes back into the house. So while Adam's over here taking his shoes off, this is tiled, it is heated, so it's technically not Arctic, it's your normal entryway. We just call it that because, well, it's Alaska and we call everything Arctic something. Tile floor, great for these muddy and snowy boots so the rest of the house stays clean. I would recommend putting a towel, not towel rack, but a coat hanger or something there, maybe even a small bench if you can figure it out with the door. All right, coming in the front door here, a little panoramic shot. So where we just were was right there. You got your living room set up over here near the window. Kind of segregates off right here where the fireplace is. Now this is a wood burning fireplace. It will offset your heating costs significantly if you use it correctly, and it is vented outside. So right here is a good cost saving tool for you if you're worried about those oil bills here in Alaska. Looking over here, they currently have this kind of as a cardio gym, but this is actually your dining room area. You can see the French door in the back there. They did go with some red paint on the wall as an accent, but the dining room is indicated by a chandelier there. Meant for a table. You can easily fit an 8-seater here, no problem. If you go a bit larger square wise, you can actually get a lot bigger, like a 10-seater, but you might have some intrusions when it comes to the walkway. You do have vinyl windows throughout this entire property. A little peek at the backyard and the deck here. You do have a normal wood deck that does need to be resanded and finished every couple years. A larger backyard, and it is fenced in, but that is only about a 3 to 4 foot kind of waist high fence, not a privacy fence. All right, so only thing we missed here was a staircase, which we'll go up here in a little bit, but before we do, over here is the kitchen. You do have this buffet kind of bar area here that can seat up to 4, I would say 3 comfortably. Right here is a pantry, great for all your dry goods. Doorbell up above. The red's not too bad, but there are some chips and kind of like little wavy lines up top from where it meets the ceiling. So you either want to go back and touch those up, live with it as it is, or just repaint everything back to neutral. They did upgrade the range, so you do have this really nice newer stainless steel Frigidaire range right here, and then your hood up above that is vented out, which is phenomenal because nowadays most of them are just recirculating. You do have some good cabinetry here as far as the amount of space that you have for all your appliances and goods. Dishwasher, it looks like it's in perfectly fine shape. It's just different in color. It is still the old white kind. And you do have the wood countertops, which aren't your high end, but they are still in very good shape and don't need to be replaced unless you want to upgrade. Microwave is portable. That's just plugged in. So if you want this one, let me know when you make an offer because that needs to go on the chat list in order to stay. And then they did a really cool thing with this fridge. They tucked it back into the wall so it's not intruding into the walkway here. So there is a little bit of a lip because it's a larger than normal refrigerator, but you really need that anyway in order to open the doors. If it was any further back, you might be hitting the side walls. Your typical 2-door with a freezer down below. Everything looks great in here. You do have your typical linoleum flooring in here. You do want to upgrade maybe one day to tile, LVP, but I wouldn't do it until you're upgrading the rest of the house. So whenever you get some water damage over here near that door, possibly from coming in and out of your back deck or anything that comes out of your Arctic Way, when you upgrade this, go ahead and upgrade the entire flooring. But that's not something that needs to happen anytime soon, and the condition of everything I'm looking at is pretty good. The only thing really that I'm going to continue to comment on is just some amateur paint, and it's honestly some of the best amateur painting that I've seen, but you know, you do have some bleeding spots and stuff that you typically don't get with professional painters. So we're back here by the garage now, and this is your half bath. So really spacious, plenty of room to get in there and turn around and look at yourself, but it is just a toilet and a single vanity and a mirror for you to use. Coming around the corner here is your utility room. You got some plumbing up here that we're going to talk more when we get back to the boiler. But I do want to point out that all of your zone valves are right here, and they are labeled. That is a great tool for you to figure out and diagnose what's wrong with what rooms when it comes to your heating problems. Over here is a washer and dryer setup, extra storage up above. You can use this as another pantry extension if you wanted to for storage, but this is also a location of your water softener and filter housing. Those filters, since you're on a well, you probably want to change at least once a month. All right, coming out here into the garage. Very spacious 2-car garage. You don't have the extra, 2.5 car style sidewalls, but you do have plenty of space in here for 2 normal vehicles or a truck and a smaller SUV or ATVs and whatever vehicle else you want to fit in here. But Darris boiler here, these are amazing. These are the favorite of the consumer grade boilers. You have a hot water heater down below. That is the engine that pulls in the oil. That is your tiger loop that brings it up to temperature from outside where it's a lot colder. And then your burn chamber right here. Shout out to A&P, that's who I use on my properties as well. They're the ones servicing this correctly recently, and this was about a year ago. You do want to service these once a year, and that does cost somewhere around $450 to $600, depending on who you use and what kind of a setup you have. All right, moving on. See all that plumbing in the back? That's all part of your heating system. Up top is your overhead heat. That's going to bring in all the heat into this room. The garage has been painted in a rough manner, so it's a lot better than your raw drywall. It's mud and taped, but a nice fresh coat of paint in here, especially white, will really definitely brighten this place up. And then over here is your crawl space access. I obviously can't access it, but if you ever want to go into your basement, that's where you would do it, and your light switch is right there. All right, that concludes downstairs. So again, just to point out the layout, laundry room, bathroom. We're in the kitchen right now. We're about to pass through the dining room and living room again, and now we're going to head upstairs. One thing I really like about down here is the huge window facing the front. If you're in the living room, you can see pretty much everything out the front yard. All right, and one more thing. They did upgrade to a digital thermostat. All right, so stairs, they are carpeted. This is the older style carpet. It's in decent shape as far as wear and tear goes. But it is a little bit older. You do have some nicked paint, and this is just little stuff, probably from moving furniture up and down. But since you're not here to see it with your own eyes, I want to point it out to you. All right, around the corner here, dead end, but you do have a nice large linen closet. This is your standard bedding and towels and stuff that will fit in there. Over here, the first door at the top of the stairs is your first bathroom. First full bathroom. So you do have a shower tub combo tiled about 3/4 of the way up. Nothing crazy elegant or bad about it. It just needs a little bit of caulking, and that's a standard thing. That's just to clean it up and make it look fresh. Everything else looks great here. There's no iron in any of the faucets or fixtures that I'm seeing. Everything seems to be pretty clean. They do keep a really clean house here. The only other thing I can point out is there's a little bit of separation between the back of the vanity and this. It just needs to be re-secured to the wall. That's about it. Moving over here into bedroom number 1, you got your double door closet. This is a standard size room. It's not extremely large. It's also not small. They did paint it green in color, and you have the same color carpet as you do out in the rest of the hallway. Baseboard heat, vinyl windows overlooking your backyard. And you can see a couple of your neighbors through the trees, but even right now with no vegetation on the trees, you can barely see any of the properties. So this is a very private setback property in North Pole. If you don't like the green, just know that it's a couple $100 in paint and tape and whatnot. A little bit of sweat equity there. This is bedroom number 2. They went back to a nice neutral color in here. A little bit of a horse theme. Baseboard heat behind the bed there. This is a full-size bed, and you can see there's still room over here to get to the closet and open up those doors, as well as over here for any other storage. What this means is you can actually go to a queen, if not a king size bed in here. I do personally think that a king size bed might be a little bit too overwhelming for this room though. Again, vinyl windows. This one's facing to the side of your house. So this is facing not towards the front and the back, but actually facing, I want to say north, but I don't have a compass on me. All right. Out here, again, you have those pine spindles, matches everything that's downstairs. A little bit of a walkway here, so I'll give you a little panoramic shot so you can see where we came up at and everything that we've looked at so far. And then the master and final stop on our tour is right here. So when you come in, you can see the carpet ends here and you enter back into laminate flooring. This is a queen size bed. You absolutely can go larger to king size here. Nice matching furniture. That's all going to be gone. You're not getting that with the house. However, you do have baseboard heat in here as well. Flooring is in good shape. Windows are in good shape, but there are 2 delaminations. So right here, it's really hard to see on the camera, but see how it's a little bit hazy? And again, over here, which you can see better if you look at this window and that window, it's delamination, pretty much coming from the south facing windows, and that's because of UV light breaking down a film that they put on top of those windows. It doesn't usually affect the efficiency of the windows, it just makes them harder to see through. Think of it like a fogged pane, but it has nothing to do with moisture. These are on almost every room, and I've kind of skipped over them. These are fresh 80s. These are your passive air circulation system. So if you have too much humidity in the house, you can open those up, and it's automatically going to try to use osmosis to essentially level out the humidity between the inside and the outside. Here is what the closets look like. Standard depth, about 6 feet from corner to corner. Over here, same thing, standard depth. So you do have a his and her option in the master bedroom. Now, entering into the master suite, you go back over to the linoleum flooring. You do have a double vanity. These are wood countertops and the same cabinets as you have downstairs. If you ever paint the ones downstairs, I recommend you paint these up here matching. That theme's been pretty popular. One thing I'm not in love with, but I'm glad they at least caulked it, is the caulking job here. They did caulk it, which most people don't. However, it looks like a thick blob of toothpaste. Adam, I think you could do a better job. All right, over here are some light fixtures, your standard mirrors, no medicine cabinet behind those, normal toilet, and then a shower tub combo. Vent over there, lighting over here, and that's about it. We'll finish this tour by walking you back to the front so you can see all of the layout. But again, we're in the master bedroom here with the master suite. Over here is kind of your foyer hallway from the upstairs. Bedroom number 2, bedroom number 3, and your bathroom. Linen closet there before we head downstairs. And once you're down here, just as a reminder, garage, bathroom, laundry is down that hallway. Kitchen's right here. I'm standing in the dining room, and that is the living room. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yeah. Yeah.